Hello, welcome to my show. My name is Xiomara. These are chronicles of some of my experiences when I drove black car in New York City. I've met some of the most interesting people New York City has to offer. It was fun and enlightening. The show is called Taxi Lady Confessions NYC, but to be honest, it wasn't them confessing so much as it was us just kicking it and having a really good time enjoying each other. If you'd like to know more about me, you could do so by clicking on this same channel, 007 Xiomara, and click on the intro, and you can see what else it is that I do besides drive. Meanwhile, let's ride.
Looking at her, she hit the floor. Looking, no, with the fur, Looking at her, she hit the floor. Oh my God! White girl trying to make it United States, bitches.
I have a good laugh about this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Interview.
What do you want to say?
I just love the water in the taxi. You know what?
Lucia's last comment.
Deer Park,
Deer Park.
the best water in
The best. You know what? And that's unsolicited. I didn't even ask her to say that, and she said that.
I know.
Deer Park, you owe me some fucking money. You hear me?
Muy bien, Lucia representando.
This is real reality right here.
Peru, coming to the United States, you know.
And living where? In Harlem?
Living in Queens. I live in Harlem.
You live in Harlem?
I know, in Washington
I
Heights.
live in Morningside Heights. Close enough.
Okay, and how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
22.
22? You're so cute, mommy. Me soy un bebé. Sí, ella tiene un cara de un bebé, ¿verdad? Oh, me gusta. Gracias para esta música de mujeres tan lindas y joven. Linda y joven. Todos los lindas y jovenitas en mi carro.
Awesome.
Oh, so we came downstairs. We managed to get a cab, as difficult as it was, and it ended up being that they got us in the cab. The guy closed the door. I guess the bellhop, concierge, whomever. He closes the door. Her hair and her scarf get stuck in the
Door.
Yeah, so she's screaming, and she finally manages to get the door open. The door swings open and hits the tail light of some SUV waiting outside.
Wow.
So now this guy is wanting to get all technical and like, I'm calling the police, da 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 da. The other driver for our cab we ended up going nowhere because the guy wouldn't take us, and the other guy was like, you can't leave, I'm calling.
When was this?
This was about 2 hours ago. It was the best.
Are you
So
serious?
we never made it to the second spot where she wanted to party. And I'm trying to explain to my lovely friends who, came to New York from Philly and Maryland, like, you're going to have to get out. If you don't want to pay a couple $100s for this guy's life, you're going to have to get out now, because when the police show up, you're then held responsible. And they don't understand, like, you're responsible. She's like, but no, it was an accident. Okay, but somebody has to pay for his taillight. Like, you can't just walk away and be like, oh, I didn't mean it, because that's not helping him.
No, but technically, it's...
His insurance may cover something, but I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. When they feel like you let the door swing open, and then, she was like, I opened the door, the wind was strong, it blew, I'm like, crazy.
That's a lot going.
So then we ran back upstairs. They were like, we don't want to get in trouble. Oh my goodness. So now they were afraid to get in another cab.
Wow. Always word is, say it again?
You're always worried about fucking cops, pigs. They're like all these white motherfuckers with mustaches, and they look like idiots, and they are idiots. Like they have no like IQ at all.
Go 0.2 miles, and your destination is on your right.
I like you.
York County.
York County.
Except for I'm not really representing York County right now.
Why not? Because
Just-
you've been smoking?
No, just, well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but, okay, I was born in Indianapolis, so I'm a Hoosier.
Okay,
All
gotcha.
the way, but I moved to South Carolina, Fort Mill, South Carolina, York County, when I was 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Brooklyn when I was 19.
Wow.
Or no, I was 18.
How old are you now?
21. I'm about to be 22.
Okay.
So.
And you've been smoking
Oh,
weed
and I
Your
live, like,
destination
really
is on your
close.
right.
Okay, cool. And
Yay!
you, wait.
I live
You,
soon.
and we don't care where you live. Okay?
We do
No,
care
we
where I
don't.
live.
We are
Wait.
taking you back to Long
No.
Island with me.
We better back up.
You gotta back up. You going to Long Island with me, pretty little girl. That's
My
what's
friend
good.
Maggie's on Long Island right now.
Yeah, where?
She lives in, no wait,
You're so cute.
Mineola.
I live not too far from Mineola.
Yeah, and then I have other friends who live in Manhasset. That's
Manhasset.
me right there.
I want to get out and open the door for you, Madeline.
No, don't worry about it.
No, I still want to do it. It would be my honor.
No, don't worry about it.
No, please let me.
Seriously, don't be ridiculous. I feel like retarded.
We'll take a water with you.
Okay, I will, for sure.
For sure. I love it.
Alright,
you're so
you can
darling.
keep that.
Are you serious? You're
Unless
the
you want to give me
bomb.
like $1.
I'll give you $1.
Okay.
You are so the bomb. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for taking me.
Are you Rebecca? And
Yeah.
where are you going to?
I am going to Prospect Lefferts Gardens in Brooklyn.
Awesome. Do you live there?
I do.
And what's it like there?
It is an historic district. Lefferts Gardens is big, beautiful limestone, brownstone, zoned for one family. So it's a really, really cool historical little pocket right on Prospect Park near the Brooklyn Museum, the Brooklyn Library, the Botanical Gardens.
Botanical Gardens. Talk about that. What is it
Oh.
like there?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The best time to go to the Botanical Gardens is cherry blossom season, when all of the Japanese cherry trees are blooming, and it's like heaven. It's just flowers, blossoms everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think that's in the spring. If you go to their website, they'll tell you it's pretty. They do a whole festival with like traditional dancing and all kinds of like really beautiful Japanese traditional costumes and everything. It's really cool.
You look like a dancer. Are you a dancer?
I'm not a dancer.
Do you get that a lot?
I don't get that a lot.
No.
Mm-mm.
What are you? What are you?
I'm
what
a
is your
massage
background?
therapist.
No. What is your
what's my
background?
I am Italian and French.
Italian and French. You know you look black, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. I
You get that a lot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Do you get hit on a lot by black guys?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Pretty good.
You feel
it's
flattered?
pretty, yeah.
It's
of
flattering,
course.
right?
It is flattering. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll take it.
But where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Buffalo.
Oh, upstate.
Upstate, yeah.
Okay, what brought you down here?
I went to college here in '93. I went to Fordham. And
So, talk to me about what it was like growing up in Buffalo.
oh my gosh.
Besides cold, we know that.
It's cold and there's a lot of snow and it's practically Canada. It's right on the border.
No way.
So we went to Toronto all the time. We went to Canada when we were kids to party. Just because the legal age was 18. But Buffalo is actually, there's a really cool art scene, a really cool music scene. It's a blue-collar town that's been dying for years because all the steel mills moved and all the power plants moved. And used to be a major, big port town at the turn of the century. So there's a lot of history. There's Underground Railroad stops, Frank Lloyd Wright houses. The largest concentration of historical buildings in America is in a neighborhood in Buffalo called Allentown.
I heard of Allentown.
Yeah,
yes.
it's very cool. It's a cool little place.
So, are you married?
I am not married.
What's dating like for you in New York?
Dating in New York is hard.
Why?
It's because people tend to kind of stick within their cliques.
Just texting me like, I've been trying to go out with you since a long time, but I don't know what to do. And honestly, I don't know what to respond to that. O sea,
Yeah.
what do I say? No es como si yo quiero salir con él. It's not like if I want anything with him. So, no sé, but he's so cute at the same time. Como que, I do. Taxi, tell me.
Taxi. What's your name, by the way?
My name is-
I need to call you Miss Taxi.
What's your
No,
name?
My name is Xiomara.
Xiomara. We have
You have a
actually a
nice
big
name.
brand, a big clothing brand named Xiomara in Peru.
You do?
Yeah.
I love your name,
Topita
by the way,
Selson.
Xiomara, and it has a nice pronunciation to it and everything.
It's a very Spanish name. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Anyway, you asked me what should you do. First
Yeah.
of all, what's the problem? Is there chemistry? There's chemistry among you. You like him. He likes you. You say he's cute. Él está guapo.
No, pero siento que he's a player. He says that to everyone. I'm
He's
not
a-
gonna fall for his tricks, you know?
Oh, so what makes you what makes you know that he's a player? Wait, mommy, say your name?
Alexa,
Alexa. Okay. ¿Cómo tú sabes eres un player?
I just, you know, I get the hunch.
No.
She
what
gets the
proof?
vibe from him.
Yeah.
He wears sweaters. He's not a player.
He wears knitted sweaters. He can't be a player.
He wears sweaters, and the girl that was with him said he was his best friend. So he's in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Friend zone. Friend zone. So he's not a player.
I'm just scared to commit.
no, you're not gonna commit or anything. You're gonna have a good night, right?
Okay, we're always gonna have a good day.
You know,
and I'm gonna
right,
try.
and that's just have fun. You're young, keep it light, have fun, and you know,
Hi,
as you.
Taxi, I love you, man.
Xiomara.
Mocha.
Yeah, what are you?
Well, my family is Jamaican and Indian and just a mix and melting pot of the West Indies. But I was born and raised here.
Okay, awesome stuff. So Jamaican, Indian, so you're like coolie.
Yes, but it's a fascinating story because my grandmother on her birth certificate, she's actually the one who's half Indian in the family, and on her birth certificate they wrote coolie, and it actually offended her.
It offended her to be called
Well,
coolie.
yeah, because that was kind of a derogatory term
Back-
back then, because it meant, in a way, from at least my understanding, was that it meant that you weren't, you know,
A full breed.
full breed, I guess, or a real Jamaican, you were just kind of half imported. But I don't think there's anything as such as a real Jamaican.
Okay, talk to me about Jamaican culture, because a lot of us, we have a stereotype about what it is to be Jamaican. As a matter of fact, I recently learned that there's a such thing as Chinese Jamaican. And I know about, I'm learning about the coolie people who are also in Trinidad, largely in Trinidad. But talk to me about the melting pot that is Jamaican people.
The melting pot that is Jamaican people, okay. From my understanding, at least when I grew up, Jamaican people, large Jamaican people, I mean like Native Americans or people who were in the West Indies, who were there when Columbus settled, lived on the land, and then of course due to just like everything else that you heard about the European civilization coming into the West Indies, you have the Spaniards, you have the French, you have the Native American, I mean like you have the Italians who came over, and then you have people who are like in my family, the Indians, and I know German is in there, and the Chinese. They came over because after slavery had ended, the plantation still needed workers to work on the land, and so therefore people who were living in poor parts of society, whether it was India or China, they came to find work and a better life in the West Indies. West Indies, I think it was during the 1700s, you know, were big on sugarcane growth and bananas and all types of fruits.
There's some guy who get ready to come out of his shirt, like you couldn't tell him that he wasn't dancing hot.
At the club?
At the club. But
What club did you go to?
This was upstairs at the Gansevoort.
At the Gansevoort Hotel.
Right, on the rooftop. So he's dancing. He looks ridiculous to everything else. I thought he was going to hit me in my eye with all of his hand movements. And he thought he was doing it. And then you have, you know, just people hooking up with threesomes. You see the guy. He was walking to the corner to take a phone call. He's talking. The girl rushes over and starts kissing him in his mouth. You're in the States to the right. She starts kissing on him, and before you know it, another girl walks over, and the kissing amongst the three of them begins. And then they kind of just, you know, wander off. So just a crazy scene. We went back down to
that was room. What was that? White people or black people?
A blonde, a brunette, and a guy.
Okay.
A nice little mix. I looked over and saw another group of black girls. They were like standing on the wall, just it's like, like, oh gosh, you know, goodness gracious. It's just an interesting scene. You get the corny guys, you know, with the corny, stupid lines.
What do they be saying to you?
You know, how you doing? You know, you look great. Oh my God, anybody ever tell you like Gabrielle Union? It's like, please get away from me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want you near me. And I'm gonna save you a dance out on this dance floor. Maybe you.
And who's saying that? Black guys and white guys?
This was a you know technically a black guy, but he was just so corny. He was talking to everybody.
He was
gonna save you a dance for later when you're not so uptight. I'm like, if it came to you, I will always be uptight. I'm not interested. No, thank you. Just get away from me. Meanwhile, my girlfriend is like trying to get in on people's bottle service a little bit. She's like, yeah, pour me a drink. I'm like, we cannot just take from people's bottle service. Yes, you can. It's okay. I was like, no. We will not be doing that.
Okay, so people at the clubs buying bottles and your girlfriend.
They have bottle service where it's there, so they pay for it to be there. A bottle of vodka, the juice, you know, everything. It's already set up. But
at the VIP tables?
Yeah. But it's like, but you know, you're dancing close to them. It's really not sectioned off. It's just reserved. But yeah, she's thinking like, yes, pour me a drink. Like we're all dancing around the same area. I'm like, don't get in trouble.
¿Qué importa si te gusta Green Day? ¿Qué importa si te gusta Coldplay? Esto es directo sin parar one way. Yo te lo juro de que por ley aquí todas las boricuas saben karate. Ella cocina con salsa de tomate, moja el arroz con un poco de aguacate, pa' cosechar una de 14 quilates. Atrévete, salte del closet, sácate, quítate, levántate, deja de taparte, que nadie va a retratarte. Levántate, ponte hyper, préndete, sácale chispa al starter. Préndete en fuego con el wiper, salúdete el sudor como si fuera un wiper. Quiero ver callejera, Street Fighter.
Yo, you ladies just made my night, yo.
That's where we are here.
That's